Last week, a federal appeals court said the SEC must review Grayscale's bid to convert its Bitcoin trust into an ETF. The trust issuer manages the world's largest cryptocurrency fund and first applied for the conversion in October of 2021. The move was seen as a landmark decision and saw Bitcoin and all crypto-related assets rocket. More on this and the future of ETF investment. Rick Edelman, founder of the Digital Assets Council of Financial Professionals, joins us now. Rick, good to have you here with us this morning. First, what was your reaction when you saw this taking place, considering that we've been in a crypto winter? We've seen some of the lust or some of the gravitational pull towards other assets or more risky assets like crypto largely abate over the course of this year.
You're absolutely right. We have been in the crypto winter for far too long, and this is the biggest bull news. This is the most bullish signal that we've had in crypto in years. So it's very exciting. That's why you saw the crypto prices jump 20-25% immediately on the news. But we must not get too excited, too carried away. The court did not order the SEC to approve these ETFs. The court merely said that its rejection of Grayscale's application was inappropriate. They called it unreasonable. They said it was arbitrary and capricious. And that is going to force the SEC to do something about it. But approval is not necessarily what the SEC has to do.
And so does that mean people shouldn't rush out and buy Bitcoin or, for that matter, buy the trust itself in the wake of this decision?
Well, I am bullish about this. I do believe that this will lead to the SEC approving these applications. I am in that camp, but it's not guaranteed. We have to recognize that the SEC has a variety of options at its disposal. It could appeal the ruling. That would take months or years to work its way through the court. It could acquiesce and force Grayscale to refile a brand new application. That would take another year for it to process. It could, frankly, do something that I think nobody is expecting. The SEC could say, well, if the court tells us we can't say yes to futures, but no to the spot, then let's just say no to the futures and pull the futures ETFs off the market. That would be shocking. Nobody's expecting it, and it would be extraordinarily negative for crypto prices if that were to occur.
You know, we had CEO of Grayscale Investments, Michael Sonnenschein, on last week as all of this news was really playing out. And he said that the stage is set for an environment around crypto that we haven't seen before. We've seen a lot of things in crypto. What is still left? I mean, we're talking about utilization. We're talking about actually having an instrument that people, investors, could trade similar to what's already been out in the markets, what's already been available. And so what does the SEC need to see differently in an application or in a review process in order for that to come to full fruition?
Well, there's nothing legitimate that the SEC needs to see. This is simply a vendetta by Gary Gensler. There is no legitimacy or justification for the denial of these ETF applications. I mean, if the SEC can approve 2x inverse funds, if they can approve single stock ETFs, there's no justification for denying a Bitcoin ETF, especially since they've already said yes to Bitcoin futures ETFs. Gensler is just basically expressing his own personal viewpoint. He's acting as though he's our mother and telling us to, don't eat too much candy. This isn't his call to make. He needs to put this ETF into the marketplace and let the investment community decide whether or not it's something we want to buy. And we ultimately do believe that's what's going to happen, which is why there's so much enthusiasm and excitement about this. I personally believe that over the next 2 years, we're going to see Bitcoin's price rise to as much as $150,000. That would be a 5x increase from where we are today. So I think that we're seeing a massive sea change. We're seeing legislation moving forward in Congress. We're seeing the SEC losing major lawsuits, one after the other. They lost Ripple. They lost Uniswap. They lost Grayscale. They're about to lose Coinbase. And we're seeing massive institutional adoption by pension funds and endowments and virtually every major brokerage firm on Wall Street, from BlackRock to Goldman Sachs, is getting involved. Gensler is wrong. He's out of date. He needs to acknowledge it by allowing the approval of these ETFs.